Permission is the invisible tax on modern earning potential. In a legacy economy, success required a banker's approval, a boss's signature, or a publisher's contract to move forward. This dependency created a ceiling on what the average professional could achieve, regardless of their talent or work ethic. Today, a new framework of permissionless income allows individuals to bypass these gatekeepers by leveraging tools that require zero approval to build and scale. Understanding this shift is the difference between trading time for a salary and building an engine of infinite wealth. For decades, the primary path to wealth was through rigid hierarchies where a superior determined a worker's value and hourly rate. This model forced people to compete for limited positions within a pyramid structure where only a few reached the top. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that real wages for middle-income earners have remained largely stagnant when adjusted for inflation since the late 1970s. While productivity has soared, the financial rewards have often been captured by the gatekeepers at the top of the chain. Contrast this with the rise of independent creators and developers who utilize open-source platforms to reach global markets without a middleman. A single developer can now deploy a mobile application to 4 billion smartphone users with the click of a button. The cost of distribution has essentially dropped to zero, meaning the approval of a traditional distributor is no longer a requirement for market entry. This democratization of access has shifted the power from those who own the infrastructure to those who own the intellectual property. This shift represents the transition from a life of renting out time to a life of owning equity in one's own output. When the barriers to entry disappear, the only remaining constraint is the ability to provide value that the market recognizes. But here's where it gets interesting. The real advantage isn't just a lack of oversight, but the ability to scale a business infinitely without ever needing to ask for a raise. In the physical world, scaling a business requires more employees, more inventory, and more physical space. These requirements carry significant overhead and risk, often forcing founders to seek venture capital or bank loans to grow. Digital assets, however, have a marginal cost of replication that is nearly zero. Whether a digital course is sold to 10 people or 10,000, the cost of the creator remains virtually the same, allowing for profit margins exceeding 90%. Media and code are the two primary forms of permissionless leverage in the modern era. They work while the creator sleeps, reaching customers in every time zone without requiring a physical presence or a sales team. According to market research, the creator economy is estimated to be worth over $250 billion as of 2023. This is no longer a hobbyist niche, but a fundamental pillar of the global economy driven by individual ownership. Those who build digital products, be it software, newsletters, or automated services, can earn 24 hours a day. They have decoupled their income from their time, which is the first step toward true financial autonomy. The data tells a different story about risk. The greatest danger in the current economy is not failure, but remaining tethered to a system that caps potential earnings at a fixed hourly rate. True permissionless income relies on the concept of compound leverage, where every piece of work adds to a cumulative effect. Unlike a salary, which resets to zero at the start of every month, a permissionless asset continues to build momentum over years. Automation acts as a force multiplier in this framework. By using software to handle repetitive tasks like lead generation and customer support, a single person can operate with the efficiency of a traditional mid-sized company. Artificial intelligence has accelerated this process by allowing individuals to perform specialized tasks like graphic design, data analysis, and copywriting in seconds. This eliminates the need to hire expensive outside consultants for every project. Statistics show that businesses utilizing automation see a significant increase in profit margins compared to those relying solely on manual labor. The goal is to move from manual input to automated output as quickly as possible. This framework isn't about working less, but about ensuring that every hour worked has a high return on effort. When an individual builds a system rather than just performing a task, they are investing in their future capacity to earn. The transition from being a cog in a machine to being the owner of the machine is what separates the modern wealthy from the traditionally employed. It is a fundamental shift in how one perceives the relationship between effort and reward. This leads to the most critical component of the framework, the loop that sustains growth without requiring constant manual intervention from the owner. The permissionless model thrives on an infinite feedback loop where reputation and results attract more opportunities automatically. In a digital environment, an individual's public track record becomes their most valuable form of currency. Research suggests that 70% of employers and partners now value specific skills and a visible portfolio of work over traditional university credentials. This allows practitioners to prove their worth directly to the market. By consistently producing value in public, builders create a magnet effect. Instead of chasing customers, the system they have built draws in capital and interest through the sheer strength of their demonstrated expertise. This system creates a defensible moat. While a competitor can copy a product, they cannot easily replicate a decade of trust or a complex ecosystem of interconnected digital assets that provide value around the clock. When a framework is built on permissionless leverage, the owner is no longer vulnerable to the whims of a single manager or the fluctuations of a local job market. They are plugged into a global network of demand. The final result is a self-sustaining engine of income that operates independently of any single platform, employer, or economic gatekeeper, providing a level of security that no traditional job can match. The shift from seeking permission to building scalable assets is the fundamental difference between trading time for money and owning one's economic future. If this changed how one thinks about scalable wealth, the next video breaks down the specific math behind the successful one-person business model.